Hi, I'm Jordan from Kettner Creative. In this video, we're going to show you how to set up and connect the Rode NT1 condenser microphone with the solid-state Logic SSL 2 Plus audio interface. Not only are we going to show you how to set up and connect, but you're going to hear how it sounds, and you're going to hear how it sounds with and without the famous 4K mode engaged, which emulates the old SSL 4000 consoles. We'll talk a little bit about that later in the video as we demo that mode. Now, this is a super high quality and versatile home studio recording kit. You can use this for everything from voiceovers or talking head like I'm doing right now, or you can use it for recording guitar amps or drum overheads or any other instrument. This is a very flexible, high quality recording package here. If you're looking for pricing or specs for anything that you see, we do have some links in the description below on where you can find everything that you see in this video. Now, before we connect this microphone to the interface, we do already have the interface connected to our computer with the USB-C cable, and Logic is open and recording. Now we can connect the microphone to the audio interface using an XLR cable. I'll plug the XLR cable into the bottom of the microphone and connect it to the interface. Now, one note about the Rode NT1 is that there is a front and a back. You don't speak into the top of the microphone like you do with some other microphones. You speak into the front of it. On the microphone itself, there is a logo. You do speak looking at this little gold circle here. On the back, it very clearly does look like a back. The window, the shock mount that we have right now is just blocking it, but you should be looking at the logo on the microphone. That's how you know you're looking in the right direction. That's one mistake that we see quite often. Next, this is a condenser microphone, so in order for the preamp on this interface to work, we need the 48 volts of phantom power turned on, so that's important to note. Next, let's quickly talk about how a preamp works or what it's doing when we turn up this knob. So this microphone, once there's phantom power on, will capture the audio and convert that into a very, very small analog audio signal. Comes down the XLR cable into the audio interface. Now, the preamp's job on this audio interface is to boost that signal and then convert it to a digital signal for the computer. That's two different jobs that the audio interface is doing. So that first job of boosting the signal, the SSL 2 Plus does very well. It can boost that signal quite a bit while introducing quite a little amount of noise. As you can imagine, when you're boosting the signal, you want to boost the good parts and leave the noise behind. So that's something that this interface does very well. Now, as we turn up this gain knob on the audio interface here, you can see over in Logic exactly where we're at. If you're recording with this microphone, we want to record somewhere between -18 and -12. So you can see right here that we're somewhere around there. We're about -15.7. So this is a really good level at about 50%. For recording a voice or instrument or something like that. Now, obviously, you can't just copy paste my setting here. You do need to calibrate this to your voice or your instrument that you're recording. So do just keep an eye on the meter here in whatever program that you're using. Now, one exception to this is if you're doing something live. If you're live streaming or using this for video conferencing or something like that, people will complain that you're too quiet, because the idea of capturing between -18 and -12 is that you have those 12 decibels of headroom. So if something happens or something gets really loud, you don't risk peaking. When you peak, it sounds really distorted and really awful. So we like to have that headroom to protect ourselves, because you can always turn it up later in post. But when you're live, that just means that you're quiet. So you do need to boost it a little bit more. So we're going to show you what that sounds like. As we turn this up, we can see here in Logic that we're still kind of around -14. As we turn this up even more, -12, -8, -7. Something like this. As we get closer to -6 is where we want to be. You can tell right there that I just spoke a little bit louder and we peaked at -1. So we can back it off a little bit there. So if you're live streaming or recording, a setting like this would do you very well. It gets your volume up, but again, you don't want to risk peaking. Now, just so you can hear what peaking sounds like, we are going to turn this up a little bit. So this is what it sounds like as we turn it up and as we peak. So we can see here in Logic that we have now hit 0, and it probably sounds quite distorted, really digital sounding, and that information that's lost that makes this sound distorted, we can never recover. You can never undo peaking. So keep that in mind that you never want to do this if you're live streaming or recording, which is why we recommend keeping it somewhere between -18 and -12 just for safety's sake. Now, another thing that we do want to show off with this setup is how the 4K button sounds. So we're going to turn that on now. What you can generally expect when you turn on that 4K button with the solid state logic SSL2 Plus is that you're going to see a boost of the upper frequencies, and you're going to see a little bit of simulated distortion added into the microphone as well to emulate the old SSL 4000 series consoles. Now, this is the sound that a lot of recording engineers prefer and have gotten used to, and SSL has put it back in on their audio interface, which is super cool. So if this is something that you like or that works well with the microphone and the talent that you're using, this is what it would sound like. So I'm going to turn this off now. Another thing to remember with this microphone is it's a condenser microphone. It's really, really sensitive, especially with condenser microphones. We always recommend some type of windscreen. I haven't had it on so far in this video because, one, I don't like the look of having windscreens visible in videos, but we're going to put it on here. For its to the point, Rode has made a really good looking SMR shock mount with windscreen here. This is probably one of the better looking solutions that I've seen. We always do recommend that you put some type of windscreen on. It helps prevent plosives, makes the microphone sound better, and when you say things like peanut butter right into the microphone, it doesn't kind of blow it out or distort the microphone in any way, which is really nice as well. So if you have any questions about anything that you've seen in this video, please leave it in the comment section below. For more information, we do recommend that you go to kettnercreative.com. We have all types of reading lists, tutorials, comparisons, reviews, buying lists, all that stuff. You can find it on kettnercreative.com. So definitely check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching.